Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, the man who sold a gun used to kill 2 local police officers is found guilty. Canadian concerns Western premiers raise issues with Alberta's plan for a separation-related referendum. And looking for fresh tracks, a local group hopes the historic streetcar can use the future high-level bridge.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
The man who sold a semi-automatic rifle that was later used to shoot and kill 2 Edmonton police officers has been found guilty of manslaughter. As CTV's Amanda Anderson reports, it's a conviction rarely seen in Canada.
The impact it has had on our organization cannot be understated.
Emotions ran high inside an Edmonton courtroom as family and colleagues of 2 police officers killed in the line of duty heard the verdict. Many cried as the justice found Dennis Okimau guilty of 17 charges, including manslaughter, criminal negligence causing death, and criminal negligence causing bodily harm. The court heard Okimau sold this semi-automatic German sports gun, 80 rounds of ammunition, and drugs to a 16-year-old with a history of mental illness.
The investigation was not an easy task, but the dedication of our members and partners never wavered, which is evident in their innovative and meticulous approach to arresting and laying charges.
The teen used the gun to ambush police who responded to a domestic call at his family's apartment. He killed Constable Travis Jordan and Constable Brett Ryan. The teen also shot his mother, then killed himself. Before that day, the teen used the same gun to shoot an employee at this pizza shop.
When the charges got laid, I was curious as to how it was going to turn out.
Criminologist and former EPS inspector Dan Jones was surprised by the guilty verdict.
I wasn't expecting the manslaughter. I was maybe expecting criminal negligence causing death, but I was not expecting a manslaughter conviction.
He says it's rare. The last time he can recall a similar conviction was around 2009 when 2 men were convicted of manslaughter for giving a rifle and ride to the man who killed 4 RCMP officers in Marithorpe.
I think the systems are starting to get tired and say we need to do something about this, and I think this is a message.
In Canada, manslaughter sentences can range from probation to life in prison, depending on the severity of the crime. When a firearm is involved, a conviction carries a mandatory minimum of 4 years behind bars. A date for Okimau's hearing to determine his sentence will be set next month. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
Premier Danielle Smith is defending her decision to hold a referendum related to separation this fall. BC and Manitoba's premiers say they still have concerns about Canada's future because of Alberta. CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti joins us now with more on the final day of the Western Premier Summit. So Miriam, what did they say about Alberta's upcoming referendum?
Matt, both premiers say talk of separation will have a negative impact on Canada's economy. Manitoba Premier Rob Knew says now isn't the time for uncertainty, with multiple pipeline projects already in the works.
And I would say now is the time to work together. Why don't we hold off on this referendum talk for a year or 2 and see if we get these pipelines under construction? Because at the end of the day, we want Canada to succeed.
Smith didn't reply to his suggestion to delay the referendum. The annual Western Premiers meeting is usually focused on the economy, energy security, defense, and nation-building projects. Much of the conversation this year has surrounded separation talks. Smith says she wants her province to remain in Canada, but wants Albertans who are upset with Ottawa to have their say. BC Premier David Eby says the referendum is a huge mistake.
I remain incredibly anxious, frankly, about this. I've seen the Brexit referendum that was just supposed to be a chance for people to express the clarity that they wanted to stay part of the EU, and it did not end up that way. I've communicated those anxieties to Premier Smith. She understands them.
We're very conscious of the fact that 700,000 citizens signed one of 2 petitions wanting to have this question, and it's my job to ensure that they have hope in Canada again.
Eby says while the pair disagree, they can still have civil conversations, and they have found ways to work together. All premiers at the meeting say now is a time for unity and certainty. Eby says he was pleased everyone at the table agreed on the language of their goals. Matt?
All right, Miriam Valdez-Carletti live in studio tonight. Thank you. Several new campaigns have been launched pushing the pros and cons of Alberta separation. The people behind them say it's time to focus on facts over feelings. CTV's Nara Manisa reports.
but we want them really to realize the benefits of being in Alberta in Confederation.
What can we do to make Alberta stronger within Canada?
We are at an ideal opportunity for Alberta to become independent.
The debate on whether Alberta should stay or leave has proponents on both sides trying to appeal to those on the fence.
Alberta is succeeding in Canada. You know, we're the job creator of the entire country over the last 3 years. We have the highest incomes in Canada by far. Don't roll the dice and lose that.
Former Alberta MP Monty Solberg is one of the people behind the Vote to Stay campaign. It also includes former UCP Premier Jason Kenney. Solberg says they will roll out a full ad campaign over the next few months.
The vision that's being painted for them of an independent Alberta, whether it's real or not, and we want to say, I can tell you what is real, is Alberta's place leading Canada in Confederation.
Strategist Ken Bosenkool founded the Lead Not Leave campaign, focusing on policy.
A temporary think tank is another way I've described it. You know, a temporary think tank for the duration of the campaign to allow us to inject economic and other arguments into the debate.
On the pro-separatist side is the Alberta Transition Council, founded by constitutional lawyer Keith Wilson. He says they'll post a report online this summer, providing clarity on how an independent Alberta will work.
It's the idea is that they would be able to use this as a tool to answer the questions for them. So when someone says, well, what's going to happen to the Canada pension plan? You know, my pension there, how's that going to work? This document will address that.
Albertans will get their say on October 19th. Naram Nisa, CTV News, Edmonton.
Edmonton homeowners can expect their 2026 property tax notices to start arriving soon. The city says it sent out 440,000 notices this week. The municipal property tax is increasing by 6.9% this year. The city says the increase will impact homeowners based on how their property is assessed. A single detached home assessed at just under $500,000 will pay about $426 in combined property tax.
How an individual property owner experiences this year's increase will depend on how their assessment value changed compared to the overall market. If the assessment value of your home went up by more than 5.7%, you can expect to see a higher tax increase. And if your home went up in value by less than 5.7%, you can expect to see a lower tax increase.
The city says property taxes will generate more than $2.5 billion to fund services like transit, bridges, and emergency services. The payment deadline is June 30th. Local volunteers are hoping there's still a place for Edmonton's historic streetcars once the city replaces the high-level bridge. Streetcars originally ran between downtown Edmonton and Strathcona County for about 40 years. That ended in 1951. The volunteer-run Radial Railway Society has been recreating those trips since 1980. Last week, the city agreed to replace the high-level bridge, saying it's in bad enough condition that renewing it would be financially irresponsible. Chris Ashdown says the city has already consulted the Railway Society for bridge renewal talks, and he wasn't surprised to hear it's in worse condition than expected.
Most structures outside have a definite lifespan to that, and this could be the end for the bridge, but we're hoping that in investigations and in design work, maybe there's some alternative uses for the bridge.
He hopes the high-level streetcar can continue crossing the river. Mayor Andrew Knack believes most Edmontonians would want the streetcars to continue crossing on a new bridge. The current timeline to replace the high level is 10 to 15 years. The streetcars will continue running for as long as possible. Builders in St. Albert could now face thousands of dollars in fines for not properly storing garbage. City Council recently updated its construction debris section of the Community Standards bylaw. Builders are now required to store their garbage in closed bins. All construction materials must also be kept in an orderly manner within property lines. If the rules are broken, the city could hand out a fine of $1,000 a day or suspend business licenses. One member of the city's Environmental Advisory Committee says while he's happy with the changes, they could go further.
I think that that's a great step towards making sure that our natural areas are not full of trash going forward. I would love to see some of the more proactive measures that councillors put forward motions about, things like security deposits and amending our agreements with developers to use the same sorts of tools that they use when they need to police their builders.
A motion in City Council that would have put those additional rules in place failed back in April. All right, Josh, warming up out there this week.
Yeah, temperatures at 27 degrees yesterday, 27 so far for a daytime high again today. And we're going to stay in the high 20s, close to 30 for daytime highs right through to Friday. Changes coming this weekend. For the next couple of days, more heat. It's 26 in downtown Edmonton right now, 28 off to the east and northeast of the city. International Airport was at 28 degrees an hour ago, now at 26, 27. We'll see what happens in the next hour or two. Maybe 28 for a daytime high today. Either way, 7 or 8 degrees above average for the daytime high. And 10 degrees this morning, but looks like we'll be in the mid-teens for morning lows over the course of the next couple of days. So warm in the afternoons and warm in the mornings as well. Clouds have been kind of in and out through the day today. I mean, more cloud than sun for sure, but we have had some sunny breaks from time to time, and this is going to be the case for the next couple of days. A mix of sun and cloud. Occasionally, you'll see a few scattered showers and thunderstorms potentially roll through. A lot of that there around the Edmonton area, that green that you're seeing is just clutter. We do have some showers here off to the northeast. Get some thunderstorms in through the foothills, and then when watching these showers and thunderstorms off to the southeast of the Edmonton area, they are tracking almost due north, though, so it looks like they're going to slide past the east end of the city. Again, some of that was spotty precipitation, but that last little frame right there, that cluster, that's not actual precipitation, just some bad data coming in on the radar maps. 23 degrees at 9 o'clock this evening. 20 is the average high. Mid-evening will be 3 or 4 degrees warmer than that. 15 degrees tomorrow morning. Light wind through the day tomorrow. Again, a mix of sun and cloud. And again, into the high 20s. We'll talk about that change on the way for the weekend in just a few minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. Coming up next on CTV News, shallow shoreline, how a group plans to raise the water levels of a popular lake.
All around the lake, there are marinas that people can't use and boat launches they can't use.
Wednesday on your morning, they're an iconic piece of Canadiana, but you may not know that beavers live in and around Edmonton. How to spot them and how to protect your trees and your landscape.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Programming brought to you by the music of Harry Potter with your Edmonton Symphony Orchestra. Learn more at winspearcenter.com. Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
A busy camping spot in central Alberta has seen a significant loss of water over the past few years. CTV's Curtis Goodrum has more on the struggles of the summer village of Gull Lake.
Louise Greenhall is visiting Gull Lake for the first time in 5 years.
We were here before because it's so beautiful.
She says the lake has changed in that time.
We were kayaking in here yesterday and we could go quite far out because it's not really very deep.
The Gull Lake Watershed Society says since 2017, the lake has gone down by more than 1 meter. The lake is now hundreds of meters away from its former shoreline. Almost all boat launches around the lake have been closed, leaving many concerned.
There's sort of a crisis of confidence.
Norval Horner has lived in the village for many years. He's also a developer in the area. Horner says he's seeing more properties around the lake for sale.
All around the lake, there are marinas that people can't use and boat launches they can't use, and beaches that you have to walk out hundreds of meters to actually go for a swim.
Everyone's concerned because the lake is dropping. The lake on average has dropped it's on average 20 centimeters a year over the last 5 years.
Gull Lake councillor Lon Kasha says the lake level has been steadily dropping, accelerating in the last few years. The village plans to pump water into the lake. That plan has been on hold since 2017 due to an invasive fish species. While they have found a solution to that problem, Kasha says when the pump starts, it will take years to move the shoreline.
The objective was to stabilize the drop, not really to refill. You know, you rely on nature, say, wet weather patterns.
The Summer Village hopes Alberta's oldest provincial park will one day see its old shoreline again.
I hope it doesn't become a dead lake.
In Gull Lake, Curtis Goodrum, CTV News.
Canmore is moving ahead with a new tax structure to help fund affordable housing. Town Council has approved a higher tax rate for many homes that are not primary residences. It's expected to raise nearly $4.5 million this year. That money will be spent on affordable housing measures. The median house price in Canmore is $1.2 million. Vacancy rates are low, making it difficult for people who work in Canmore to also live there. A new survey by TD shows rising gas prices may put a damper on some summer travel, which might create an opportunity for Alberta. The survey shows 1/3 of Canadians plan to spend less this summer. 44% say high fuel costs are influencing their travel decisions. For Canadians who are traveling, 3/4 say they intend to stay within the country. One travel agent says Alberta could stand to benefit.
They do want to travel. So what they're looking at is maybe shorter trips instead of a week, 5 days, maybe staying home, a domestic travel versus going international to Europe or other places.
The survey also found some Gen Z Canadians are taking a different approach. 1 in 4 say they are planning to spend more this summer. 32% say social media pressures influence those spending decisions. Still to come tonight on CTV News, weed whackers. The city wants you to roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty this summer.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
The city is asking Edmontonians to roll up their sleeves to help with weed control this spring. Volunteers can now sign up for weed pulling events around the city. Staff will be on hand to teach people how to identify weeds and remove them. The city says the events help control invasive species, which often spread rapidly.
Edmonton has about 35 regulated invasive plant species that have been found within the city, and new species are coming in, and especially through the horticultural industry, escaping people's gardens and starting to grow in natural areas.
The city is hosting more than 50 weed pulling events. Online registration is now open. Hope you don't have any weekend plans, Josh. I signed us up for a session.
Spectacular. We'll start in my yard.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
You'd never guess how warm it just got out there.
28.5.
How did you know that?
29. We'll round that up for a daytime high today. Temperatures right now, though, sitting at 28 degrees. Rivers Valley Skycam's brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right it's free. More cloud than sunshine out there, and so it didn't really feel like a near 30-degree day, but it is hot out there. We're into the 30s as well in Lloydminster, Coronation, across the south, mid-30s there in Medicine Hat. We'll see more of that across the south over the next few days. Look at the Peace Country, though. Highs near 20 through the day today. This is exactly what we said yesterday. Near 30 in the east, near 20 in the west. Wind is a little lighter, though, in the west, whereas you have the heat and some wind. Through eastern, east central Alberta, we've seen wind gusts 55, 60 kilometers per hour through the day today. Just started to pick up a little bit, 15 gusting to about 30 here in the Edmonton area. Heat warnings for all the areas in pink. This does not include the city of Edmonton or Red Deer, although we're going to be really close. Mid-teens for morning lows, near 30 for daytime highs. In the yellow zone, severe thunderstorm watch. That includes this area here in through the foothills. We had a severe thunderstorm warning a little earlier this afternoon. That's now weakened. Was producing potentially ping-pong ball-sized hail in parts of southeastern Alberta. There's the hottest air in through the pink zones. You notice that does avoid the Edmonton area, but I mean, it doesn't get a whole lot cooler than today. 28, 29-degree daytime highs for the next couple of days. I think Friday's probably our hottest day. That's our best chance at hitting 30, maybe even 31 or 32. We'll see how things play out. That was the severe thunderstorm. You can see it's weakened now, although a couple lightning strikes have popped up once again. We've been eyeballing these. The stuff through the foothills, pretty isolated. This is a little more organized, though, and it is tracking, as we said, almost due north. So ignore that. That's not rain. This is shower and thunderstorm activity, but I think all of that is going to continue to push north and stay east of the Edmonton region. At play is this big upper ridge. That's centered over Saskatchewan, southeastern portions of Alberta. That's where the hottest air is, and that ridge is going to stay in place for a few more days. And so there's nothing really all that organized as far as rainfall coming through. It's just going to be these, pockets of showers and thunderstorms over the course of the next couple of days. It's really tough to pin down exactly where those will pop up or when. So for the most part, for the next couple of days, much like yesterday and today, hot, mixed sun and cloud, and then everything every now and then you might see a scattered shower or thunderstorm push through. I think the best chance over the next few days might be Thursday evening to see some thunderstorms. 15 in Edmonton, 7 in Grand Prairie tomorrow morning, 16 for Lloydminster. We'll see daytime highs around the 30-degree range for Cold Lake, Vegreville, closer to 22 with the chance of showers in Fort McMurray, 26 in Grand Prairie, so warmer than it was today, and 28 in Red Deer. We'll drop to 15 degrees tomorrow morning and then get to about 28 or 29 for a daytime high tomorrow afternoon. As we mentioned earlier, there is a big change on the way for the weekend. Good chance of rain, possibly some heavy, steady rain on Sunday, and temperatures cooling, low 20s Saturday, back into the teens on Sunday.
All right, Josh, thank you. Student athletes from across Edmonton took part in a sports event today focused on inclusion, teamwork, and community.
We pledge to respect our coaches, teammates, and opponents.
The Metro Athletics Unified Jamboree brought thousands of students to Jasper Place. They competed in events like basketball, bocce ball, and beanbag toss. The Unified Sports Program brings students with and without intellectual disabilities together on the same team. Organizers say the event helps build friendships and a sense of belonging.
And it's an awesome way for us to really connect with others that aren't just from our school. And it gives us a great perspective on how other people live their lives.
I feel very important today, and I feel like I'm helping people, which is making me feel very grateful to be and have this opportunity here at JP.
This event included 37 schools from across Edmonton. When we return, birthday bash in a bag, a local food bank looking for donated party supplies.
Programming brought to you by Alberta iGaming Corporation. For integrity, for fun, for Alberta.
The Strathcona County Food Bank is looking for specific donations to help make birthdays special. The food bank is asking for items it can put in birthday bags. That includes cake mix, frosting, balloons, candles, and plates. You can also donate cash, individual items, or put some bags together yourself. Anything that might be needed for the full party experience will be accepted.
It was initiated by a volunteer here, and she just recognized that there was a gap, and when people are having to make choices, sometimes they will choose to forego a birthday party so that they can keep the lights on in the house. And so it's a really fun program that people really can get behind.
The co-chair says the food bank used to hand out 4 or 5 birthday bags a week. That number has now doubled. The food bank says people can also call to ask about specific ways to help out. And that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.